Quick Bites, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't it feel like it's been a while since we've podcasted?
It's been a week and a half.
That's weird because we like hammered 2 out last week.
My editing has not stopped.
Non-stop editing. Quick Bites. We've got a lot of drama going on in the PGA right now. We've got Will. He hurt his back last week. Ouch.
Yeah, that was.
And he withdrew this week.
Yep, from the FedEx.
Yep,
Cup.
he's done. He's done for the year, which is unfortunate because
he got his first win.
What are they going to say now?
He was probably super confident, ready to go tear it up, and then something you probably can't even control.
Do you think his chiropractor made it worse, or
I don't know? They were on. It looked like they were still on a hill, so there was I don't know. It just looked not.
Didn't look right.
Great. They should have taken him to a
flat bed.
A bed thing.
Yeah.
Did some adjustments, but I don't know. That has to be so hard, mentally for him to get to that position and then boom, done. He was so close.
I know.
Probably could have won it, but now he won't have to worry though about not making any money because all the players are getting $500K. Yeah, a year at least. My dad was also. I didn't see this, but they get the travel.
Yeah, travel stipend too,
I think
for
$5K
those.
if you miss the cut.
Yep.
So pretty much there's 2 tours that are.
Live PGA drama is heating up.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same tour now. Almost.
You know what they did is they said copy paste, Control Alt V.
That meme that you posted was hilarious.
Yeah, because I think I don't know. I don't think they did enough with what they released in the last few days about what the PGA Tour is going to do to not seem like it's an exact replica of what Live did. And I feel like that players meeting where everyone was like, oh, they're going to come up with this genius idea. Copy paste.
Yeah. It was.
I'm not, it's hopefully going to be cool, but what they're rolling out, what was wrong with the PGA Tour was they were, every golfer had their own individual schedule. Yeah, they'd all play the majors, but the rest of the tournaments, it's I'm going to take these tournaments off to prepare for the majors. And so then all of a sudden you've got the top 20 players and they're never playing against each other on off weekends. The only time they'd come together is for these majors. And I really think that the PGA is really struggling right now. Even though that they launched some new stuff, I don't think that it's enough change and enough difference to really get everybody on board. So what's next?
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of that Monday night golf thing.
I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Because it looks
that's Tiger and Rory kind of separate, and the PGA Tour is sponsoring it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's more like Tiger and Rory.
Did it come from that players meeting, you think?
I think it did because they're we got to do something different. And I don't know about you, but I loved watching when they did the match. They get Tom Brady, Phil and Tiger.
They'll probably bring in some celebrities.
They do doing some of that. I think was really good for the game because it got guys like us excited to go watch something. I'll never forget that first match that it was Tiger and Phil.
Was it at?
It was at Shadow Creek in Vegas.
Yes,
which
that
is
one.
An unbelievable course. I remember laying on my floor and I ordered it on my phone to watch it when I was at Thanksgiving with my in-laws. And that's what I feel like the game needs. Well, this is what I feel like the game needs is to create this excitement and this rivalry because Tiger created such an attention base on golf that I feel like we're kind of lacking that. There's no one that dominates like he is right now, but we need some rivalries the Brooksy DeChambeau drama was good for the game. It created social media attention. It created this
people were tuned in.
Yeah, they were tuned in. And so now that kind of settled itself. It's all right, not to create reality TV again.
Yeah.
Let's create there's some other players that don't like each other. Let's put some exposure on that stuff. And I think that that's what would help golf.
Yeah.
You got to create that rivalry. I mean, in basketball, you get it. In baseball, you get it. We don't want golfers fighting on the course.
Well, did you see what Rory said? He was when I watch, what did he say? He was when I watch my favorite basketball team, I want to see the 2 good guys go head to head.
Yes.
So I think that was their vision for the Monday night golf thing is
to see those golfers.
6
Have you seen the reel of that?
Yeah, you should.
It looks like virtual golf, and then all of a sudden they're putting and chipping
on the chip
on the same. Now
how do they calculate where they hit it?
That's the part where I'm I feel like they just had some like media company like spin this thing together like, hey, we got to launch something this week,
Yeah.
make it cool, and they're like, oh, we could run with that. But like
They'll
when I
do
when I
some-
hear stadium golf, I think of them taking like Boise State Stadium and creating like 5 golf holes, like hitting out at different areas, which I think that would be kind of cool.
And you can go watch it live, like there in the
Yes.
stadium. I think that would be a cool
That
event.
would be cool. That would be cool.
And it sounds like it's going to be weekly.
yeah,
That's going to be a lot.
that's a lot.
That's
and
a
then they're
lot.
playing PGA Tour events. I feel like they almost like released too much.
Yeah. I don't know
Like
how
too
that'll,
much too soon.
how it'll pan out because I would definitely see myself going to one of those.
Yeah, go and check it out.
Yeah.
And then it's like indirect competition with Monday Night Football. How does that, is it like a precursor to the game or like post? Bless you.
Let me go
Yep. Pause. Riley needs a tissue because he's allergic to bullshit. What? Riley's back in the saddle.
We're back. All right. Back to where we were. Monday night.
Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah.
I think being in direct competition with Monday Night Football is not a good look, honestly. Should have been
Yeah.
like, let's pick another night.
like, whoa,
It's like
guys.
Tuesday night.
Because then it's like, all right, throughout the week we have Monday night football, Tuesday
Thursday
night
night.
golf, Thursday night football, something.
Wednesday night we can watch some hockey in there.
Yep.
Knights just picked up Phil Kessel last night, which is great move for them.
Is that a good move?
It was a good move because he's an older player, but he is close to setting the record for most consecutive games played, and he's at like 894. Like he hasn't missed a game in like 7 seasons, and he'll break the record of like 900 or something some point this season. And that's been the
cool.
Knights' biggest struggle is like so many injuries. So he's going to be this veteran guy that comes in. They're only paying him 1.5 this year,
And that'll
1.5
be
million.
that'll
So,
be a cool record for the Knights to have.
yeah,
Like he broke it on our team.
yep, that'll be cool.
But
Cool.
yeah, with the whole stadium thing, I think obviously since they released it, they've already probably started doing revisions and like this and that. So
Yeah.
it'll be probably totally
Like,
different.
do you think it's coming out next year or this fall? I mean, they
Probably
didn't have
next
a
year.
release date. Yeah, yeah,
Because when does the season end? Here soon.
yeah. FedEx Cup ends here soon,
September usually.
but it seems like that could be indoor.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be indoor,
Yeah,
like Chase Stadium in Phoenix, that type of stadium.
Ah, yeah,
'Cause it's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
I don't know,
I don't know. I can't picture it yet
or like
because they said they're
Idaho Central.
super like tech, like it's going to be really techy.
Might have to be a custom stadium. I don't know
Yeah.
if they would build one, but they would probably have to rig a stadium with like certain sensors.
That's
and-
interesting. Maybe they like the esports arenas that they've started building. Maybe they can do a collab there. Hey, that's a great idea. Collaborate with esports somehow and maybe building out some stadiums across the country for that type that can house 7 to 10,000 people.
And then it comes.
That's kind of big, like
Yeah.
five.
And then it comes. Yeah, it could just go on forever. Like then they could compete with other golfers in different countries at the same time.
Yeah. Ooh,
You know,
you're onto something there.
onto something.
You didn't have to physically be present to be in the 3
Because it's
versus
virtual
3.
in the beginning. Like they're in
Yeah.
person, but
Yeah, I like
so
that.
that'd be cool.
So Riley, I know you've been thinking about money a lot recently. Why?
Because knowledge is power when it comes to money.
I agree with you on that.
And
Read books, people.
yeah, and psychology is power too when it comes to money.
Mm-hmm. Like, how do
Money's-
you view money?
Money is one of those things where there's so many different attack points that you need to learn about and know about
Right?
to understand it and be able to use it. Because there's not many things in our life that, I mean, humans are pretty emotional. So, like, we make emotional decisions probably all the time. I think we make.
How many of those decisions do you think are based around money, though? Too. You know.
Well,
I
yeah,
feel
that's
like
the thing.
90% of your, like maybe 100% of your decisions are focused around the concept of money and how you view it.
Yeah. I think we make 36,000 decisions a day,
Wow.
picking
That's a
out what we're
lot.
going to wear, what, like
Well, you know what I do?
Just-
I pick out my outfit the night before so I don't have
Same.
to think about it in the morning.
today. I was out of the house at like 8 a.m., packed my lunch, got my clothes ready to go. I'm also golfing today, so I was just excited.
Super pumped for the day.
But yeah, no, I've learned in the past 4 to 5 years since I've started embracing a career and what I want to do. Just like learning is just never a bad thing to do.
Right.
Because like, it sets you apart from people that don't want to learn. It just helps you accelerate your, I don't
And
know.
how do you learn? You have to make mistakes and you have to try things, right?
Yeah, you have to be willing to go try things. That's a big thing that Gary says. He's like, you don't know what you want to do, try things. And people are like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, literally do anything. Like, I
Make a
remember,
decision. Don't look back. Look at the positives of the decision and move on.
yeah, I mean, luckily I found video, and that was kind of the first thing.
Yeah.
Granted, that was maybe a little bit of luck in there, but through that, I also tried some e-commerce stuff. I tried some, trading.
Yeah.
So that's like 3 or 4 things that I've tried over the course of 4 years, but like video is just always one that stuck. It's like people have no idea what to do. It's like, all right, well, what are you good at? You're good at graphic design. Can you draw? Can you like really just keep it simple? But another way that I've been like learning about money and like doing it, I just watched this video this morning of Logan Paul quoting someone that said, experience and knowledge is the bridge, experience is the bridge between knowledge and wisdom.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's deep.
I just saw that this morning on Logan Paul's.
Experience is the bridge between knowledge and wisdom.
Yes. Yep, that was it. So it's like, all right,
That's good.
you can
That's really good.
Yeah, you can know everything about everything and never do it, and you
And you, in ways,
it's
don't
different
have
because you
wisdom
don't
about it.
really
You
know it.
Don't have the.
Because it's like,
That's really good.
yeah, because
like
it's
that.
like I know how you close a commercial real estate deal, how you do it,
Right.
but I've never done it. So like I don't
There is a disconnect there.
like literally I don't know.
Yeah.
Technically I don't know because I've never
Yeah,
done it, but
'cause
I
you've never
I
done it.
do. So yeah, like with trading, I've learned a lot about money, losing a bunch of money, feeling that.
Yeah.
I think that's important to like feel it and be okay with it
Oh,
because
by the way, on our trading options, I'm going to interrupt here.
go for it.
We're halfway through my Twitter option.
Is it in the money?
Definitely not in the money. We're down about half
Yeah, well,
because of the
it took an
freaking
unexpected
shitty
turn.
Twitter news that came out this week.
That's the thing about options, man. It's so unpredictable.
I just can't win. I just need to never trade options ever. So I'm probably going to close out that option. Anyways,
Probably
experience, knowledge, wisdom. Let's go.
So for example, if okay, money is a tool first of all,
Right.
which I've learned. So it's like I need to view it as a tool. So when I go into my bank account and look at the balance, I'm just like, all right, that's a number. This is how many tools I have. Not, oh my gosh, I might have to get 2 jobs if that like it's so emotional, and that just leads to like mistakes and irrational decisions and just like headache, right? So
Right.
it's just really practicing. Like let's say 1 month I don't save as much or I spend too much. Like I have to go look at that and I have to like
Absorb
it,
Yep.
even if it's bad, even if it's good. And so it's just like getting to that point where you can just really see money as a tool is important. And like I was telling you yesterday, like you have to go spend money to just feel that, experience it. What is it like? Okay, I spent $2,000. What am I going to do to supplement that? Or
Did I spend too much?
yeah, and
Did I
it's
not
like,
make enough?
and also a big thing that I talked about is like, in the book I Will Teach You to Be Rich is like what does your optimal life look like?
Right.
Like, what do you want it to look like?
Yep.
It could be you need to make $5K a month to sustain it or $500K a month to sustain it. So it's like, well, it's up to you. But I just jotted down a few bullet points here. Like, okay, obviously you need to do it in a smart way. So go spend money, but don't spend the money that you don't have or like you need
And
to
that
have.
goes back to trying things too. I know when you say go spend money, it rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
And we noticed that yesterday when we were talking about it but there's some very valid truth to that you have to try try things. I mean, you have to experience. That's the topic of the podcast.
Yep.
Experience today.
Yep. So
And try things.
yeah,
And sometimes that costs money.
exactly. And
Start
like,
a business, start a side hustle.
because it's investing in yourself, and investing in yourself is actually one of the most positive ROI investment
Exactly.
that you
Yep.
can have, even if you don't see it or feel
And
it.
at the
or-
same time is money.
yeah,
So if you view that in the same point, you can exchange your time for money at the same,
yep,
that interconnection right there.
yeah, and but also the way that I've been able to work my business is not exchanging time for money.
No, you still do.
But yes,
But
like,
you've gotten
I'm
really efficient at your time.
technically I'm still
exchange.
exchanging time for money.
Yeah.
But the way that I had the way that I started to look at it was I'm exchanging this skill and
And
product
value. Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yep.
Yes, I'm still putting that time in, but I'm getting paid this regardless if I put in 3 hours or 6 hours, kind of thing, if that makes sense. Just break it
Yep.
down like a video.
Well, and that's an efficiency standpoint. Is you've been able to take 6 hours of work and condense it to 3 because of front end planning. Your past experiences has given you wisdom to make those adjustments and changes along that route.
Yeah. So overall, you need to spend more money. You need to invest in yourself. You need to be happy because like you can't succeed if you're not happy. You're not thinking clearly. Like I'm trying to play golf once a week.
Does a
for the rest of-
wedge from Slow by Slow make you happy?
It does.
It
Like,
does.
The one I
Even
had,
though it's $6,
yeah,
it makes me happy
exactly.
and it feels good.
Yeah, and
I love wedgies. I mean
like,
wedges.
like I try to play golf once a week for the end of the year, and I'm willing to spend that money.
Hey, you
not
and me
think
both.
About it.
Yeah.
But dude, it adds so much value to my week overall. Like my
Because you look
happiness.
forward to, yeah,
I'm
exactly.
looking forward to it. I go do it. I enjoy the rush, and then the rest of the week, I'm just like, gosh, that was
And then if
so
you play
fun.
like shit, then it's like I'm never playing again until next week. And then you're like, all right, I need to go get it.
Even if I play like shit, I have to tell myself, all right, that was time I needed to just like be on the golf course, like not thinking about anything else.
Yep.
And then,
I've noticed that this year. So the last 3 years, and this kind of is interesting because we have both such different career paths. There was a point in my life. I mean, you're 19, I'm 29. From 22 to 25, I did nothing but work. I didn't golf. I didn't ski. I didn't do any hobbies. But there's something to be said for that because there's so much business knowledge and information gain that I had in that 3 years because my hobby at that point was reading. And those 3 years were pivotal because I personally feel I was able to accomplish 6 years in the commercial industry world in 3 years.
you just put your head down.
Because I put my head down. I got my CCIM, I educated myself, I studied, I practiced, I did deals.
Yep.
But now at the point in my life, and this is funny because like you find the happiness in golfing once a week. I'm trying to sprinkle that into my schedule as well because of getting that like the free headspace. It helps me be more productive now.
Yeah.
But there was that time where grinding, it's super important to have those. And now I call them sprints. So I feel like I'm in a sprint right now and it's a 3-month sprint where head down, you know, I try and maximize as much value in my time and work ethic as possible. Like even doing this podcast, it's like, let's do something new, but let's focus on it. You know, let's put some time and energy into it.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a freshman in high school, the middle of my freshman year, I was like, I'm going to, like, I don't know, it's like kind of cliche or whatever, but I'm like, I'm just going to work for the rest of high school and not do anything.
Yeah.
And I did. I said no to hanging out with friends more often than not. And
You
I
worked a few jobs. You did some video, like,
Yep. Well, obviously, like, you know, I got I got like a normal quote unquote job,
Right.
Like a normal teenager job. That's where I met Bree. So, you know,
you got to throw Bree in the pod.
yep. And
Sugar
then,
mama.
But I really did. I mean, I didn't do anything but make videos and try to network and get out there. And 4.5 years later, it's crazy it's been that long, but
Yeah.
it was 4.5 years. And even if I didn't know what I was doing, I still did it and it worked out. And like, so now I'm able to, I think this year, 2022 is actually the first year that I've been a little bit more flexible on enjoying things, spending a little bit more money here and there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I've seen the return in that, and it's like it's worth it to me, even though like let's say I could be single living with my parents and save every dime that I make,
Right.
but is that really gonna benefit me in the long term? Like, is that gonna matter in 5 years?
And people
Maybe
listening
not.
to this, like everybody has their own journey, you know, like I'm saying, okay, well, I put my head down for 3 years and hustled and grinded
Yeah.
and it worked. Like that worked for me because I was still happy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, yeah, there were days where it sucked because there should always be days that suck that you got to persevere and push through. But everybody has their different journey, and to compare that to one another's is hard. Like what we hope to share in this podcast is maybe some potential ideas for someone to get hooked on, hey, maybe I need to try this or do that. And maybe that will influence and encourage a betterment of their life.
Yep.
You know, like to relate to our story, like when I started that when I was 22, you're not even 22 yet, you know, and you've had these experiences in your life. I mean, shoot, when you're 25, you might stumble into an opportunity and not touch a golf club for 5 years.
Exactly.
Like, you just never know what's going to come. But at the same time, you could not be alive when you're 25. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, Gary Vee's famous quote, "You're going to die."
Yes,
This lady was like,
eventually.
some words of motivation. He was like, "You're gonna die." She's like,
3 words.
Oh shit.
Whoa. Wake
But
up.
really, I mean, I'm not really a believer in like living every day like it's your last, because that's a little irresponsible. But like,
Right.
definitely, I mean, nobody knows where like in all
Find
like
some
reality,
happiness.
like just you're not here forever. Enjoy the time you are here. I mean, it's up to you to create your like
Your own journey.
create your journey. Like if you're not happy, do something about it. Yada,
Right.
yada, yada. But that's pretty much my spiel. Just get out there, get uncomfortable, try things, and you have to spend money sometimes to understand what you like and be happy. And
You have to experience things.
yes, experience is key.
Try a lot of things in your early years if you have the opportunity to, you know? I mean, it kind of segues into the next topic, but I don't want to go too deep into that because I think this podcast is really focused on what you were touching on, Riley, is just really working hard in feeling valuable in what you're doing. I think is really, really important, and having the fulfillment in that. You know, if you're not fulfilled in your current job position, whatever you're doing for a living, change it up. There's so many avenues out there. I mean, doesn't it blow your mind when someone, like, I hate complainers, because it's like, what are you going to do to fix it? If you hate your situation, your life, your marriage, your relationship, whatever the hell it is, change it. There's so
literally
much.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was born in Boise, Idaho, and I never left. But guess what? The world is your oyster, and you can change
You could leave
things.
tomorrow if you
I
want.
could leave tomorrow and figure it out, you know, because I have experiences in certain fields that could apply to other areas of the industry. I could go work for a real estate development company, yada, yada, yada. But it's like your life resume is being built every day. So you should enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
People just overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
Like, but I have to do that. Who said that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's where responsibility comes in hand too. You know, from a young age, my parents, like, if I wanted to play sports and do these things, they would make me fill out my applications and all of that stuff. Like, for
that.
those parents that like, oh, well, let me fill it out for Johnny, yada, yada. You just never learn. Like, by the time I was in high school, I had my file system in my own room. I had my birth certificate and all my shit that I needed.
love
And
that.
so it's a level of responsibility
Yeah.
that you have to, you know, take under your wing as an adult, you know, and, you know, buying a house, getting a mortgage, like outlaying yourself. Yeah, that creates experience and trials, but you also learn pretty quickly, like, okay, well, what am I exposing myself to in regards to making too many commitments? You know, it's like, oh, I signed up for like 3 men's leagues basketball things this year, and now I'm like, that was probably too many, you know?
Yeah.
But
it comes down to like who's telling you need to do this or can't do it. Like, it comes down to like, okay, let's just
and I hate
use
how
college.
society is like putting that benchmark on what you have to be at a certain age. We're not going to talk about college student debt today,
Okay.
because I don't want this
Okay.
podcast is great.
Too good.
Yeah, and I
That's-
don't want to segue that,
I think it's the American culture too.
right?
It's just how it is. Yes, there's so many great things about it. There's some that aren't. Like it's whatever. Like if you like it, go ahead. Like obviously, like other countries, you don't work as much. But like, there's not as much opportunity at the end of the day, and it's like our culture is very. Sometimes it's outdated, as in a sense of like this is the only path.
To success.
And if people are like, I'm not going to touch on the student loan stuff, but like college, for example, like if someone wanted to do this job that's not doctor, lawyer, whatever, they're like, okay, I'll just go to college, get a degree for that. And it's like, people don't think of, well, how else could I get there?
Right.
Like there's probably, which just like tears at me, but like there's probably people that are in high school that want maybe the job that I have or other marketing jobs are like, all right, I have to go to college to get that and do this. But it's like, you don't like just why? Like, why do you have to believe that? Like,
Right.
if I want this and I don't want to go to college, all right, I'm gonna have to figure out a different route. And reverse engineer it like Gary
Too
says.
much free education out there in ways.
Gosh, and it's just like
Okay, I got to go to a meeting.
gotta bounce.
Podcast out.
All right, good podcast. Sorry, I didn't realize what time it was.